Hi, this is Pete Peterson with Stealth Health, and I'm answering another question now. And this question is about food or ingredient substitution. One of the things that I like to stress about food and ingredient substitution and eating as a whole is really you need to look at individual needs. You need to look at shaping behavior and taste, and you also need to consider good, better, and best. And first on individual needs, when you're thinking about what foods to substitute and what can be used, what somebody with celiac disease can eat is very different from what somebody with prediabetes can eat, and that's very different from, or at least somewhat different from someone with diabetes, and that may be different from someone else with diabetes. And this is one of the reasons why in the classes that I teach, I really stress individual plans and considering your own individual needs and also your own individual taste, because not everybody's the same and not everything works exactly for the same. That's one of the reasons why we take data, we learn to take data, and we learn to find out about ourselves. But I want to talk about each of these just a little bit more. The second one that I mentioned was shaping behavior and taste. When I was a kid, we didn't have a lot of money. We milked a cow a lot of the time, most of the time growing up, and a lot of the time I was the person who got to milk the cow. And whenever the cow was dry, which would last for about 3 months every year, my mom would try to substitute powdered milk, and she would get a non-violent rebellion on her hands on the part of myself and also my dad too, and I don't remember if my sister was drinking or if she wanted to drink the powdered milk or not. But anyway, some of us really hated the powdered milk. My mom would even take the powdered milk and she would pour it into regular milk containers that you would buy milk from to try to trick us. That never worked, and we just really disliked powdered milk. However, today I actually much prefer powdered milk to whole milk, and it really is possible over time to shape your behavior and shape your taste so that you enjoy and really like healthier foods, not just things like powdered milk, but all kinds of things. The next thing that I want to mention and that I think you need to consider is good, better, and best. I don't like sugar, and I especially don't like high fructose corn syrup. However, on occasion, I will eat dark chocolate with fruit or nuts in them. There's a dark chocolate bar that has cranberries in it that I really love, and I also really like dark chocolate with almonds, and on occasion I'll eat those. I will also give those to my grandchildren sometimes, and I feel like it's much better to give them that than to give them the Starburst or the Skittles that they really want. And I even have some grandkids that have come to the point where they actually like dried fruit, the kind of dried fruit that doesn't have sugar or anything added to it. I also don't drink fruit juice. Fruit juice has a very concentrated, though it's natural, but a very concentrated high amount of sugar and calories, and so I really avoid fruit juice. However, if I'm making applesauce, and particularly if the apples aren't really sweet, I will add a can of apple juice to sweeten the applesauce, and it makes it taste much better, and it makes it so that other people are more likely to eat the applesauce. Lots of times the best that we can do is a good choice or a better choice instead of a really poor choice. And a good choice or a better choice is better than an open rebellion from our kids, and it's also better than our own giving up on eating differently, because sometimes it really does take a while to change our taste so that we're eating things that are more healthy.